everybody, my name's Wayne Riles, back for another lesson. Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to do a D minor chord. So this is your sad D. We've done the D major, this is the D minor. Okay, so that's the chord, which is a D minor. Okay, bit of a stretch this one. It's going to be a 3-fret one, so I'm going to give you a little tip on that in a minute. Okay, so the first finger is going to be going on the first string, the finished E string on the first fret. Okay, the second finger is going to be going on the G string on the second fret. Okay, and the third finger, bit of a stretch, is going to be going on the B string on the third fret. Okay, and you can see on this one we're not going to be playing the bottom E string and the A string. You know, we're just going to be playing the bottom 4 strings. So if you can see that. Okay, so that should sound like this. D minor chord. Okay. Name that tune in one. We don't need no education. Okay, bit of Pink Floyd for you there, but you can see where these chords are going. You know, in another couple of lessons time, when we've got a few more chords down, we're going to be starting chord changes, and that's when all the fun starts. Then you can start putting them into play and doing some simple songs, so that's where all the fun starts then. Okay, so I'm just going to explain in one of the earlier lessons I said, you know, a useful bit of equipment was going to be what we call a capo. Okay, so some of these chords, especially for the children, or you know, people who've got smaller fingers, or they're finding it a real stretch to, you know, get over 3 frets. Okay, so if you look on the guitar fretboard, okay, can you see how the frets are slightly wider down this end of the fretboard, and as they get further up, they start closing in and getting a little bit closer together, don't they? Okay, so if we get a capo and put it, say, I don't know, about midway on the 4th fret, say there, when you put a capo on, if you can just put it so it sits just behind the fret, so there's a little gap, you know, not right up to the fret, just sit a little bit behind and make sure it's evenly over all the strings. So what that comes then, we've got to imagine the capo as the nut, what we talked about in the first lesson. Okay, and we're going to be doing exactly the same chord, only this time it's not going to be as much of a stretch, it's going to be a little bit more friendly on your fingers. So the first finger again is going to go on the first string on the first fret. So now obviously you've got to imagine that as a nut, so that's like the first fret now. Okay, second finger is going to go on the G string on the second fret, and the third finger is going to go on the B string on the second fret. Okay, so again we've got the D minor chord, and exactly the same, we're going to be playing the bottom 4 strings again. Obviously, you know, we're about 4 keys higher, so it's not going to sound like the regular D minor, because it's actually another chord now. I'm not going to go into that and confuse you at the moment, but it's just a great way of getting a D minor chord down, or a C, and I think it was an F we did in a previous lesson. These 3 finger, you know, the real stretch ones, it's just a great way of getting chords down a little bit more, so it's not as much strain on your fingers, and you know, then you can slightly move it down and try it in a lower position when you get used to it, until eventually, you know, you're quite comfortable doing it in the open position. So okay, so that's a D minor chord, and I hope that's come in useful talking about the capo as well. I will see you for another lesson very soon.